graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long, I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1, 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the chiefin' crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right. Now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm in the back cause everybody rolling with me. Kahok.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, all the fresh boys,
High school champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening, everyone, as we welcome you to Kahok Stadium here on the grounds of Collinsville High School as we get you set for semi-final sectional action in the world of Class 3A boys soccer. I am Todd Duca, and glad that you're with us here on the Kahok Sports Network. We should have a good one here for you tonight with a chance to go to a sectional championship game this Friday night as these two teams, Collinsville and Edwardsville, will battle it out for the right to move on to sectional championship action. Welcome in to the Cullip Jennings Florist pregame show. Cullip Jennings Florist is a staple in the Collinsville area, has been for generations. Cullip Jennings Florist is located at 517 West Clay Street. You can stop in for weekly specials. This week they're still focusing on the fall and the fall colors, so you can go get yourself a nice fall bouquet in a very stylish vase, all for just $25. And don't forget, Cullip Jennings Florist is the place to order your Thanksgiving dining room table centerpiece. Thanksgiving's coming up. Matter of fact, it's we're just 1 month from this coming Thursday. So if you would like some more information on those, that would be the special and the centerpiece for your Thanksgiving room dining room table. You can call Cullip Jennings Florist at 344-0404 or online, cullipjennings.com. Well, here we go again. Second year in a row that Collinsville and Edwardsville has hooked up in a sectional semifinal showdown. Collinsville won last year's contest 3-1. As a matter of fact, Collinsville has been responsible for knocking Edwardsville out of the playoffs for the last 2 years. Last year, the 3-1 win in sectional play, and then the year before that, the 2-1 regional championship game in Granite City that Collinsville won. But this year is a new year. Collinsville comes in with an overall record of 16-5-2. The Edwardsville Tigers, the Southwestern Conference champions for the year, they come in with an 11-2-3 mark. Of course, Collinsville coached by Rob Lugie. He's in his second year. Mark Heiderscheid is in his 17th year coaching the Edwardsville Tigers. Heiderscheid, 266 wins, 78 losses, and 39 ties in the previous 16 years. And he, of course, responsible for the only 2 state championships in the soccer program at Edwardsville. His first season, as a matter of fact, when they won the first one, the 2000 season, 25-3-1. they went that year, and then in 2013 they won it again, a 21-3-2 record. Plus, he has 2 second-place finishes in 2001 and 2008, a third-place finish in 2010, and a fourth-place finish in 2009. Collinsville, of course, 4 state championships under their soccer program, 1981 and 1986 under Jim Strands, 1991 and 1992 under Ron Rowden. Strands coached Kahawks, also took second place in 1985, and the Rowden-led Kahawks took second place in 1996 and took third place in 1993. The last time that Collinsville went all the way to state was 2007 under Chris DiGirolamo, who has been hired to take over the girls program this upcoming May. They lost 3-0 to Barrington in quarterfinals. Of course, now that is known as Super Sectionals, which is the next round up, but back then it was quarterfinals, and everybody who made quarterfinals back then went all the way to state to play those quarterfinals before they pared them down to semifinals and then the state finals. So now it's known as a super sectional, and that changed in 2008. So the very next year after Collinsville went to state via the quarterfinal route, they changed it to super sectional play, and that no longer stands. Only the final 4 teams standing in each class make it all the way to state. All right, enough of me talking, well, for a little while anyway. I had a chance to catch up with both coaches a little while ago, and we'll pass those conversations on to you next on the Cullip Jennings Flores pregame show. First up, Mark Heiderscheid of the Edwardsville Tigers, and that'll come your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cullip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all design styles from traditional to trend-setting. Cullip Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online, cullipjennings.com.
And we welcome you back into the Cullip Jennings Florist pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network as we get you set for boys Class 3A sectional semifinal action. We're at Kahok Stadium, and the Kahawks are hosting the Edwardsville Tigers. And joining us now is Mark Heiderscheid, the Edwardsville Tigers coach. Talk to us about your regular season, another Southwestern Conference championship for you and the Tigers. So all in all, looks pretty successful.
Yeah, it was a good year for us. Had a little rocky start, but we had an influx of some different players, and that takes a while to get things coordinated. Had one that came in a little bit later. He hadn't really practiced as much during the summertime, just because it was a club to high school situation, and he really hadn't played much since June, and so things like that are tough to coordinate. And we had a number of alpha males that are there, and that's never as easy a task to combine as what someone would like to think. But then I thought, overall, once we got things a bit more settled, it was fine. But you're always going to have ebbs and flows, and sometimes it's also about schedule wins and losses. At moments like, yeah, we've had a great run. Well, you have a great run because either you're playing teams that you're a little bit better than, or sometimes the run isn't there because, well, we've just managed to pick the wrong time to play CBC. So there's things that you can go ahead and twist and turn and say, here's how it's gone. But certainly for us, once we got beyond the CBC game, I thought we did well. We had games we were supposed to win and did fine. Played some tough teams, and in those it was some pretty tight games. And I think in conference, I thought O'Fallon had a very good season. They play a tough schedule, and I think sometimes you look at their overall record, it's quite misleading because of who they play. And really, the same thing can be stated with Collinsville, even though their record is very, very good. They're in some respects better than even advertised, just that they had a lot of wins over some teams, yes, that they should win, but they also had some really stiff comp in the middle, and that makes it very tough. And then really down the stretch, they took care of games that could have been either way, and they did a good job. But I think really for us, win the conference again for the second year, that's a nice plug, but that's never really completely our best goal. I've been lucky enough to where managed to get the state semifinals 7 times since coaching, and really that's always been the that's always been sort of like a goal. It's a goal for these guys, but it's so hard to get there. I think the more that I've been there, the more I find out that it's just an absolute daunting task, because along the way your conference opponents, they know you so well. It's just a very tough area to get through down here, and some of these games just flip on a dime. You know, you look at our first contest with Collinsville, you look at, I mean, the result, okay, well, it's 3-1, but really, you know, Collinsville gets the first goal, they get a pick, they just drive it down the field and get an early one, and well, that could have been the game. And sometimes people don't realize that. You know, and last year, just a very tight game in the playoffs. You know, it's you know, we're looking at situations going overtime. The last time it goes to PKs, and so I mean, these are very, very difficult, challenging, playoff-worthy games. And often it's just it's, you know, who can happen to score the goal in the moment, and that can be everything. And sometimes you get lucky as a coach like me, and so that's happened, and we've managed to get through and make a deeper run in the playoffs. And then sometimes, you know, it doesn't, because that's soccer. And like I said, we had a very good season. Did get the conference. We've done several times, but I think, you know, like I said, the most important thing is down the stretch in playoffs. And whether it was O'Fallon, whether it's Collinsville, whether, you know, whichever team comes out of this one, whether it's us or Collinsville, obviously we know that Normal Community has got a very good squad yet again this year, but it could be Manuka, because one time we had them, I think it was in 2013, to try and get through when we won it. And so so it's just, I mean, playoffs are about, you know, kind of surviving and then seeing the next day. And you know, yeah, it's been a good season, but it'll still always be disappointing for kids, since we've managed to get deep runs in the playoffs in the 2000s. Always disappointed if they can. So this absolutely poses a just a major challenge for us, because Collinsville, with the amount of finishers they have, between Little Chagrin, I mean, they've got a number. You know, I mean, Cobby's a great player. I could keep going. Whitehead's, you know, got great pace. So, you know, Jake Wyatt has done a great job in as a keeper. I mean, they have one of their most complete teams I think they've had in a while, and a lot of them are senior laden. They did a great job last year, and they've just got all that experience. So I just think it brings a very very tough game for us.
Thanks for the visit, Coach. Good luck.
All right, thank you so much.
Mark Heiderside, the Edwardsville Tigers head coach. Let's get a break here on the Collinsville Jennings Florist pregame show and catch up with Collinsville head coach Rob Lugge. We'll do that next on the Kahok Sports Network. Collinsville Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Collinsville Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all design styles from traditional to trend-setting. Collinsville Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Collinsville Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Collinsville Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online, collinsvillejennings.com. And welcome back into the Collinsville Jennings Florist pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network, as we take a moment now to visit with Collinsville head coach Rob Lugge. Coach, here we are. You guys have won 8 games in a row, and a pretty nice win over Quincy for the regional title. And, you know, it seems like every year now you guys are playing Quincy, then you're playing Edwardsville.
Yeah, you know, it's been like that, well, at least the 4 years I've been here. You know, to get out of our regional to into the sectional, it's a tough road to get through, and it doesn't get any easier after this.
No, sure doesn't. All right, let's talk about the Quincy game, the individual effort, Luke Liljegren on that goal. Man, I clipped a highlight out of that and put it on the Facebook page, and it's gotten 1.3 thousand views already, and people just can't get enough of it.
I believe it. It was a nice play. As a coach, I wanted to yell at him about 15 different times during that 15-second play. But, yeah, Luke's his determination and his will to get through all those guys, you know, that just kind of defines him as a player.
Yeah, love watching him play. Love his quickness, and he never gives up on it. Okay, I told you, 8-game win streak, 3 straight shutouts. 4 of the last 5 games have been shutouts. 10 shutouts this year in 23 games, and you've really picked that up lately. Your defense and your goalkeeper, they're both responsible for that. So talk about both of them individually, if you will.
Well, with Tate, even when we went through that rough stretch, there's never been a doubt in my mind how good of a goalkeeper Tate is. He's been the backbone of our team all year, starting in the summer. His work ethic coming here, you know, we trained at 6 in the morning over the summer. Tate was typically one of the first ones here and leading. So even during the rough patch, I never kind of questioned. I always knew that he would help us get through it. And our back line, switching formations, putting Zach Covey back there has really shored everything up. Zach is he's a talented player, but his leadership back there and his soccer knowledge has really helped us out.
All right, so you back with Edwardsville tonight. This is a team that beat you back on September 11th. You don't put any stock in that game, do you?
No, not really. We already I was just telling the boys, we're a completely different team from the last time we played them. No excuses, but that was the first game we played without Zane Baker. And we kind of had a makeshift lineup after that because we were just throwing people around, seeing who could fill that role. We're a different team now. We're playing different style. The boys are more confident now. So, yeah, we're just going to go out and play.
A little bit of a different weather factor here tonight. Last time you had the wind to take care of everything, and you had to keep the ball down, which I thought you guys did pretty well. There wasn't a lot of high balls that I thought was going to get caught up in that wind. You don't have to worry about that tonight, so what are you telling the guys today to focus on to get this game going in the Kahok's way?
Just continue to do what they've been doing. Play fast, play together, defend well, and transition out as fast as possible.
What is the most worrisome thing about the Tigers?
Well, they have 4, 5, 6 really good attackers. So if we can just defend like we've been, then we'll be fine.
All right, here you count this down. You're in the process of collecting plaques on your way to collecting a trophy. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, that would be nice. Keep it going, yeah.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
As head coach Rob Lugie of your Collinsville Kahawks. We'll take a break and we'll come back and set the starting rosters for you and throw more names, more numbers your way. All that and more coming up on the Kahawks Sports Network.
Cullip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all design styles from traditional to trend-setting. Cullip Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online, cullipjennings.com.
And once again, we welcome you back into the broadcast booth here at Kahok Stadium. I'm Todd Duke. Zach Roseman on camera here tonight as we get you set for Class 3A boys soccer semifinal action in the sectionals, and we are just about ready to go. The starting rosters have been announced here to this nice-sized crowd that has gathered, and here they are. A.J. Sullivan, Ashton Kaufman, Kenneth Bond, Josh Reed, Seth Goodman, Ethan Miracle, Cooper Nolan, Bryce Glisson, Bryce Barosho, and Caden Lieberman will all be in front of goalkeeper Andrew White. For Collinsville, Spencer Vlasic, Trey Simpson, Zach Covey, Logan Whitehead, Donovan Scott Gass, Spencer Pies, Luke Logegren, Trey Shibish, Zane Baker, Ethan Wilhold will all be in front of Tate Wyatt. And to make sure of that for just a second, I think the coach circled the wrong number. Yep, it is. He was announced anyway. All right, just making sure. I think, both of them have zeros in their number, so I'm thinking the coach just circled the wrong one. At any rate, here are some of the numbers that we have for you. We'll begin with Andrew Wyke for Edwardsville. 300 minutes in goal this year. They have a three-headed goalkeeper attack, do the Edwardsville Tigers. Wyke finished with 300. Tyler Frolick finished with 310, and Gabe Knoll finished with 180. So Andrew Wyke gets the nod tonight. 5 wins, no losses. He has 4 shutouts. 3 of those are shared. He has only allowed 1 goal, and that gives him a goals against average of 0.27. He's made just 4 saves, and that gives him a 80% save percentage. For Collinsville, Tate Wyatt, 1,435 minutes. He is 13-4-2 on the year as we are just about ready to go. Wyatt, 26 goals against for 1.45 goals against average and 101 saves on the year. That's good for just about 80% on the situation there as well. We are underway. Collinsville is dressed in the white uniforms here tonight. They have the purple numbers on the backs and the fronts, as the Edwardsville Tigers are dressed with the black shorts and the orange jerseys, little black and white down the sleeve. Both goaltenders kind of look the same. Both of them are dressed from head to toe in black, and both of them wear number 0 on the fronts and the backs of their jerseys. But Tate Wyatt is going to be occupying the goal to our left, while Wyke is going to be to the one to our right. And here come the Edwardsville Tigers off the bat. Bryce Glisson over here on the left wing puts a shot toward the center. It goes off of the back of Zach Covey. So the Edwardsville Tigers are going to have a corner kick coming up. And we are not even 1 minute into this contest. Full moon rising up over the east, over the Collinsville Vocational Technical Center here at Collinsville High School. Came up just a little bit ago, started off big and orange. Looked pretty cool. Corner kick coming up here for Edwardsville. And it's on the way. It's high, and it goes out the other side. Collinsville gets a nice header over there from Zane Baker to get that out of further trouble. And now Logan Whitehead over on the far side trying to wrestle the ball away, and he does so. He gets it around one defender, and then he falls over another defender, and that's going to draw a whistle, and that's going to go against Logan Whitehead. So Edwardsville will get a free kick. So they've had a corner kick and a free kick here in the first minute and 40 seconds. Over on the far side, right about 50 yards away. This kick is going to be taken by A.J. Sullivan. He was also the one who took the corner kick just moments ago. These always can be a little dangerous. We saw Yamari Escarino score a goal from here. Granite City came to town a couple of weeks ago, but that one doesn't have nearly as much lift on it. And Collinsville takes care of it and sends it in to their offensive zone. At last check, Manuka had a 1-0 lead. Normal Community had a 1-0 lead over Manuka. The winner of that game comes here Friday night for the sectional championship, and looks like there's 10 minutes left in that game, and Normal Community still holding on to that 1-0 lead. As soon as that becomes final, of course, we'll pass it along to you. Girls volleyball in action tonight as well. That's why we couldn't be there, because we are here. Girls are taking on Belleville West at the Belleville East Regionals, and they were due to get their game underway at the same time we got this one underway. I have a man on the scene who is going to text me after every set, so we'll be able to keep you up to date on that as well. Here we are 3 minutes into this first half. We are scoreless between Collinsville and Edwardsville. Over on the far side, Bryce Brocho has the ball and knocked out of bounds by Collinsville, so Brocho will throw the ball back in. Kenneth Bond with it on the far side sideline. That one ends up going out of bounds. So the Kahawks will get the ball back, albeit deep down in their own territory. Of course, there is history between these two teams, as they have resided in the Southwestern Conference for a long time now. They have played each other a bunch of times, of course, in the regular season, and Edwardsville holds the advantage. Collinsville has won 2 times compared to Edwardsville's 16, and there has been 2 ties over the last 19 years. Collinsville's 2 wins came in 2008 and 2015. And now another ball that ends up going over the end line, so Edwardsville will have another corner kick here. Playoffs, a little bit of a different story. Still not a winning record against Edwardsville, but a lot closer, as Collinsville is 2-3 in the playoffs against Edwardsville. Of course, those 2 wins coming in the last 2 years. 2016 in the regional championship game at Granite City. This one just comes out front, and Tate makes a nice save on a blistering shot by Ethan Miracle that just never really left the ground. That stayed low the whole time. Yeah, 2 years ago, the regional championship win at the Granite City Regionals, and then last year, the sectional semi win. And that's 2 years in a row now that Collinsville has knocked Edwardsville out of postseason play. Trying to make it 3 in a row, that is a difficult task, as Collinsville did come away with the ball, but Edwardsville gets it right back. Here is Glisson over here on the near sideline on the left wing, trying to move his way around Collinsville's Spencer Vlasic. He puts one toward the center, and that's booted out of there. Nice job by Trey Simpson, and Collinsville will try to move it up, but the Edwardsville Tigers have other ideas. Here is A.J. Sullivan. Sullivan will just send it back to his defense at midfield. And the defense and Caden Lieberman will take over and send the ball up on one bounce. Tate Wyatt gets it just as a Edwardsville forward was running down right in the middle of the field to try to make life a little bit more hectic there for Tate Wyatt. That was Bryce Glisson who had the beat on the ball. Wyatt sends it all the way down to midfield. Edwardsville and their defense takes it over. Collinsville and their offense trying to get on track here in the early going. Edwardsville has spent a lot of time, the first 5 minutes, down in their offensive zone. Andrew Wyke, the goalkeeper for Edwardsville, has had an easy time of it thus far. Here comes Glisson once again. He shoves it up in the middle. Ethan Miracle takes a shot, and it goes just wide past the near side post with 34 minutes left to play here in this first half. Big thank you to Cullip Jennings Florist for sponsoring our pregame show. 344-0404 again is their number. You want to give them a call about this week's special. A dozen fall-related flowers in a vase for $25. Of course, got to be thinking about those Thanksgiving centerpieces as well. Cullip Jennings Florist can take care of all of that for you. Thanksgiving just a little over a month away. A month and 2 days, as a matter of fact. Here comes Edwardsville trying to put on some more offensive pressure. That ball ends up going out of bounds, last touched by Collinsville. So Edwardsville will get a throw-in. It'll be Cooper Nolan who throws it right down onto the feet of Glisson. Glisson now will send it back to the midfield circle, and Bryce Brosho with it. Brosho moves it up over on the far side where it's picked off by Luke Liljegren for Collinsville. And then right at midfield once again, Edwardsville keeps the ball from entering the Collinsville offensive zone. Field has been a little lopsided here as a slow roller ricochets off of a body, and Tate Wyatt handles that one with relative ease. Let's thank Chapman Trucking, LLC. Chapman Trucking is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 9 years of experience, Chapman Trucking can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to aggregate materials, hauling those, and things like sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more, including getting your heavy equipment where it needs to be. Give Christy a call for a free estimate at Chapman Trucking, LLC, 618-960-9346, or online at chapmantruckingllc.net. Another ball out of bounds over on the far side of the field remains in the possession of Edwardsville. Throw in from the far side. Comes down. Collinsville and their defense doing a good job thus far, and plus Tate White has had to make a couple of saves. Now all the way back up here to this sideline. Ashton Kaufman with it. Kaufman will just send it back to his defense. That is Seth Goodman. Goodman moves the ball up, and now Collinsville trying to chase it down. Both Wilhold and Vlasic there trying to chase it down, but Edwardsville is the one that comes away with it again. Miracle moves it over to the side and now shoves it up inside the penalty area, and a loose ball kicked away by Collinsville, and then it ends up going off of Zane Baker. And another throw in here coming for the Edwardsville Tigers, and Ethan Miracle almost had that one thrown right to him, but Glisson puts on some nice moves and turns around, takes a shot, and a slow roller is picked up there by Tate Wyatt. The earlier playoff meetings, the first one, 1999, Collinsville lost the regional championship game to Edwardsville 2-0. The very next year, they lost the sectional championship game at Springfield 1-0. And then in 2004, Edwardsville also won 1-0 in a regional championship game at Granite City. Of course, Collinsville beat the Tigers in sectional semi-play last year, 3-1 at O'Fallon. As Collinsville gets their first free kick, and they ended up taking a pass all the way over on the far side. That is Zach Covey over there. Covey trying to center it or send a cross into the center. Here's a little lob shot that goes out of bounds over on the far side of the goal post. Tigers were up 1-0 last year in the first half. Kahawks got 3 in the second half. Trey Shibish, Logan Whitehead, and Zach Covey all scored. Last playoff loss, of course, was that one in 2004. Play at midfield. First 10 minutes of this first half have expired. We have 30 minutes left to play. Here is Seth Goodman. Goodman Moves the ball up to midfield, and then a backwards pass went a little bit too far for Bryce Brosho to stop it. He has to go back and retreat. And now the Edwardsville Tigers try to move the ball up once again. Collinsville trying to take it from him and move the ball back down into the offensive zone. Just recently got down into the offensive zone for the first time here in this game. Took them about 10 minutes to do that. 29 and a half minutes to go. First half action, Collinsville and Edwardsville. Ball right down in front of us. Ashton Kaufman with it. Kaufman boots it up over into the box area. Giving it a chase is Glisson on the far left wing, and that ball goes off of the foot of Spencer Vlasic, and the Edwardsville Tigers will have yet another corner kick. Final. Normal beats Manuka 1-0. Corner kick coming from the near side. On the way and headed toward the other side, and it does. And that's off of a Edwardsville player, and Collinsville will get to keep the ball. So Normal Community High School will be coming here Friday night for a sectional championship game. The question is will they be playing Collinsville or Edwardsville? We'll find out here in about 68 minutes. There's a ball that's popped up into the far corner, and it ends up going off of one of the Edwardsville players. So another goal kick restart here for Tate Wyatt with a little under 28 minutes left to play here in this first half. No score. Been a lot of 1-0 scores. Manuka and Normal. Of course, Normal beat Joliet West 1-0 for their regional championship. Manuka beat East Moline 1-0 for their championship. And then Normal just knocked off Manuka just a second ago in the sectional semi 1-0. So when you get deep into the playoffs, the teams get really good, and the goal scoring is kept to a minimum for the most part. Kahawks and the Tigers scoreless thus far. And the throw in coming from Spencer Pies. Pies throws a hard ball, and it comes down and out to Ethan Wilhold, and the Edwardsville Tigers pick it off from there and take over, but they end up kicking the ball out of bounds, does Bryce Glisson, and Collinsville will get another throw in. This one will be coming from midfield right in front of the Edwardsville cheerleading section. Spencer Pies once again taking care of that. Throws it down up this near side sideline. On the foot of Zane Baker, Pies gets it back, sends it into the box, and it really doesn't hit anyone and comes bouncing out the other side where Edwardsville will take over. Ball sent up on the far side, back out to midfield. Collinsville pokes it back into the offensive zone. Luke Liljegren with it. Liljegren will send it back to Pies. Pies will survey things and try to move it up. Collinsville will get some players in motion. Here is a header to Liljegren. Liljegren pops it up over the goal. Now we're going to say that was off of an arm anyway. Going to call it a handball, and Edwardsville will get the ball back regardless of how it turns out. Boy, tell you what, Logan Whitehead did the right thing, got that ball off of his head. He knew which direction he wanted it to go, got it to go there, and Liljegren just had that ball bounce on him, hit him in the arm, then come down and he puts up a high shot. Now Edwardsville trying to bring it back. Here is Ethan Miracle, but that little bit extra was too much for Miracle to keep up with, and Collinsville will get the ball back. Free kick from about 85 yards away, handled here by Zach Covey. It's on the way, and Edwardsville will send it back out to midfield. Here is Brosho. Brosho sends the ball up, and there was a big collision there. Cooper Nolan just ran down Donovan Scott Gass. No call on the play, and the ball still, now there's going to be a call on the play. Zane Baker, or excuse me, Bryce Brosho just took down Spencer Pies. And Brosho trying to use that to pump his fans up. I'm not sure if that was a really good idea. So Tate Wyatt will set the ball down and send it back out for a restart. He does so high, deep, into the Collinsville offensive zone as Logan Whitehead has the ball settled down onto his feet. He'll send it over to midfield. Donovan Scott Gass will take over and send it up the far side to Trey Shibish. Shibish, a little bit too much on it, but stays with it and comes in from the left side, puts a shot through the other side, and now chasing it down is going to be Zane Baker. Baker, that was off of an arm, I thought, but no whistle on the play as Elvis Campos sends the ball back to Spencer Pies. Here is Zane Baker and Pies playing a little back and forth, and then the ball ends up getting away from Brosho for just a moment, but Edwardsville comes back up with the ball. Pies tries to go in for an interception. Now right in the middle of the field, Zane Baker uses his head, and Collinsville will send it back to their defense and start this push all over again. A little bit more like Collinsville Kahok soccer here. A little bit of time spent in the offensive zone and some nice passing, but here come the Edwardsville Tigers bringing the ball up. A.J. Sullivan. Sullivan gets a bouncing ball, and Tate Wyatt picks it up before any damage could be done. Mostly Kahawks there on the follow-up as an injured Tiger player is still in front of the goal. And we will have a timeout on the field. And that looks like Cooper Nolan trying to get up and trying to walk it off, but he goes back down. So training staff will come out for the Edwardsville Tigers. We will take a break, and hopefully everything will be okay. Back in a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
I'm my team's #1 fan. I've never been #1 in anything until I put these babies on. Do I know where I'm going? Absolutely. We're going to the playoffs.
Allstate guarantees your rates won't go up just because of an accident, starting the day you sign up.
So get accident forgiveness from Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
It's good to be in good hands.
Get protection plus unique extras. Call me, Mike Cluck with Allstate, for a quote today.
Cooper Nolan walks off the field under his own power, limping a little bit, trying to walk off whatever happened to him. Substitute will come in. Looks like Jacob Doyle checks into the game here for Edwardsville. And Tate Wyatt will send out another one. Ball out past midfield. Collinsville off a header by Zane Baker. Trying to get some offense going here. Here's some nice moves by Ethan Wilhold. Boy, he stayed with that one. Gets it to Baker, who gets it to Liljegren. Liljegren trying to pass it right in front of Zane Baker, but he ends up passing it right to one of the Edwardsville players as that rolling ball goes out of bounds right in front of the Edwardsville bench. Trey Simpson checks back into the game for Collinsville. And as I mentioned, Doyle coming in for the injured Cooper Nolan. Ball out at midfield. Spencer Pies gets a foot on it, but he sends it right to one of the Edwardsville players. And now Collinsville picks it off, sends it back up to midfield. Here is Wilhold trying to find Logan Whitehead, but instead he finds Ethan Miracle. And then off of the back. And Miracle, wow, that was a nice block there by Donovan Scott Gass. I tell you what, Miracle was going to have himself a good shot on goal if Donovan Scott Gass doesn't step in front of that ball. Throwing on the far side by Edwardsville. Whistle on the play. A little push in the back by Collinsville over on the far side. .41:40 left to play here in this first half. No score between Collinsville and Edwardsville. Free kick coming from the far side right at the end of the Collinsville bench. Very comfortable night. High of about 64 today. Bright and sunny outside. It was nice. Yesterday was in the 70s. It was a little bit nicer than today was. Edwardsville sends the ball all the way back down to their goalkeeper, and now White comes out and gets into the action a little bit, sends the ball out to midfield. Ball poked away by Spencer Pies as Bryce Glisson throws the ball into Ethan Miracle. Nice job picking off that one. Zane Baker. Baker up to Liljegren, and Liljegren trying to feed, or excuse me, Whitehead trying to feed Liljegren. Blocked out by Edwardsville. Collinsville gets the ball back, sends it back out to midfield, and then Spencer Pye sends it all the way down into the offensive zone, and Edwardsville will have to retreat as that ball ends up going out of bounds. Collinsville will have a throw-in down here on this near side sideline, about 10 yards away from where they would take the corner kick. Here is Spencer Pies. Excuse me. Pies with the throw-in. It's high. Out the other side. It comes down, and one of the Edwardsville players had it hit off of their shin, and that ball is going to go right back out of bounds, and we're going to do this all over again. Halfway through, half number 1. No score between Collinsville and Edwardsville. Spencer Pies with another throw-in. That one is in the same spot, and Edwardsville sends it back out again. Back out toward midfield, but not quite, as Collinsville comes away with the ball. Now they will send it back to midfield, and then Zach Covey will send the ball up right down central, trying to find Trey Simpson, but instead Simpson found an Edwardsville defender. Now loose ball will go out of bounds here off of Spencer Vlasic, and Edwardsville will have a throw-in. Handled instantly there by Ashton Kaufman. Edwardsville trying to move the ball up. Ethan Miracle finds it. Sends it over onto the far side. And a shot toward the goal picked up by Tate Wyatt. Time to thank the Junior Service Club. The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been doing their thing since 1934. Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go help the needy in Collinsville. And the ladies of the Junior Service Club have more events coming up. They have a Ravenelli's Dine to Donate benefit that'll be coming up 1 week from tomorrow. That'll be taking place tomorrow. 4 to 9 p.m. That's at the Ravenelli's 26 Collinsport Drive in Collinsville. And if you would like more information, you can check out the Collinsville Junior Service Club's Facebook page. They have information on all of their upcoming events. From the World of Volleyball, O'Fallon beat Belleville East in 2 sets, so one team already through to regional championship action. They will face the winner. O'Fallon will face the winner, of course, of the game between Belleville West and Collinsville. That's going on right now, and as soon as I get any scores on that one, of course, I will pass those along to you. Here, we're scoreless. 17 and a half minutes or something thereabouts left here in this first half. First 10 minutes was all Edwardsville in the offensive zone, putting on some shots. There's a nice save, diving out to his left by Tate Wyatt. Not sure if that ball was even going to stay in, but he wasn't going to take that chance. That ball was still kind of curving to the right when Wyatt dove out to his left to snag that ball. Now he sends it out past midfield off of the head of Logan Whitehead twice and onto the feet of Luke Liljegren for just a second. And now Donovan Scott Gass with it. Now they'll bring it over to this side for Spencer Pies. Pies. He'll send the ball up. Logan Whitehead trying to get ahead on it, but then he missed it. Almost got a foot on it. And now Collinsville comes away with it. A couple of nice moves there by Camden Fry, who has seen some increased playing time on the varsity side since the JV side is done for the year. 16 and a half minutes to go. Edwardsville sends the ball up. Spencer Pies is going to get called for a little push from behind on Josh Reed. And the Edwardsville Tigers will get a free kick from about 45 yards away. Kind of knew O'Fallon was going to beat Belleville East anyway in that regional. O'Fallon's the favorite to win that one. Tigers, little give and go action there between Shane Greathouse and Bryce Brosho, but Collinsville takes care of it, sends it back out to the offensive zone. What a nice play there by Zane Baker. Thought he was going to have that ball settled down for him and end up go off of his leg and right to an Edwardsville player. Other than that, still a fantastic play. Tigers trying to work the ball back up into their offensive zone. Ball kicked out toward the middle of the field. Here is Brosho, moves the ball up. Finds Josh Reed. Reed moves it over once again for Greathouse. Greathouse tried to make his move but couldn't do it. Why? Because Trey Simpson was there to break it on up, and he moves the ball all the way up to midfield where he gives to Luke Liljegren. Liljegren then sends it back to Shibish as Liljegren tries to make his way toward the goal. As White has to come out, he immediately throws the ball down on the ground and rolls it right to Ethan Miracle. Miracle moves the ball up now to Josh Reed. Reed up the near side sideline. Got past Spencer Pies for just a moment. Had to slow down and collect that ball. Here is A.J. Sullivan with it. Sullivan will move it back toward midfield to Brosho. Over on the far side, right in front of the Collinsville bench. Ball moved up again. And here's a dangerous chance for Edwardsville, and it goes wide. Past the diving hands of Tate Wyatt and then wide of that near side goalpost. And Tate Wyatt will have another goal kick restart here with 14 and a half minutes left to play here in this first half. Edwardsville's had the better of the chances here against Collinsville. Wyatt has stood tall, plus a couple of them have gone wide for the Tigers. Eight-game win streak, 3 straight shutouts. 4 of their last 5 for Collinsville has been shut out. And before Edwardsville beat O'Fallon the other night for their regional championship win 3-1. Before that game, Edwardsville had 4 straight shutouts. So both teams coming in firing on the defensive side of things and the goalkeeper side of things. That ball goes right through the legs there of Camden Fry, and it's a good thing. If it would have touched him, it would have been Edwardsville ball, but it goes out of bounds. Collinsville gets the ball. Spencer Pies will throw it in. Pies waiting for his teammates to get set up. He's ready. Ball thrown right in front. Bouncer. And Edwardsville trying to come away with it. They will. They'll pop it straight up. And they're going to call a foul against Collinsville, so Edwardsville will get the ball back at any rate. 13 minutes left to play here in this first half. No score between Collinsville and Edwardsville. Winner moves on to Friday night's sectional championship game with a chance to move to the Bradley Barbanus Super Sectional. That'll be on Tuesday, October 30th. Spencer Pies ready to throw the ball back in right underneath our location here. Spencer Vlasic checks back into the game. Pies throws it up the near side sideline off of the head of Logan Whitehead onto the feet of Luke Liljegren. Liljegren gets pushed from behind, and that ball ends up going out of bounds. And they're going to say that Liljegren did something or somebody did something away from the play, I guess. I'm not sure. I think they may have called that on Logan Whitehead, actually. At any rate, takes the ball out of the hands of Collinsville deep into their offensive zone. Free kick restart coming up here for Seth Goodman. Instead, he passes it. And now Edwardsville will try to pass their way out of their own defensive end. Collinsville stops it on the far side. Trey Shibish sends the ball back up toward the middle. Now Edwardsville will send it back to the defense a little deeper, and trying to move it up is Ashton Kaufman. Kaufman gets it to A.J. Sullivan. Sullivan sends the ball deep into the Edwardsville offensive zone, all the way over on the far side. Ethan Wilhold there. Step by step with his forward counterpart for Edwardsville, and there was a loose ball in the middle, and there's a bouncer. Boy, I tell you what, Josh Reed didn't get all that he wanted onto that ball, and it ended up being a little bit of a bouncer that came in there to Tate Wyatt. Reed would have got that off with a little bit of juice behind it. That may have been some trouble. But Collinsville avoids another bullet there. Now they have it in their offensive zone, and they're trying to keep it there. Camden Fry trying to chase down the Edwardsville defenseman and get that ball back, but he is not successful. And here comes Josh Reed once again. Reed trying to pass the ball over here on this near side to Cooper Nolan and just let him a little bit too much. 10.5 minutes to go. First half action, no score between Collinsville and Edwardsville. Sectional semi.
Substitution number 11,
Donovan Scott Gass comes into the game, takes the place of Camden Fry. Wyatt sends it out. Back down to the offensive zone, and boy, I tell you what, just little misses here. That ball came down off of the head of Logan Whitehead, and it was rolling right down his leg, and you thought you'd be able to pick it up and dribble it down the field, but took one of those weird bounces and went a little farther than he wanted. Spencer Pies with another throw in. We are underneath 10 minutes to play here in this first half. Pies will throw it in up this near side sideline and headbutted right out and back out of bounds by Kaufman. And now Spencer Pies will move around somebody who brought a lawn chair to the game. Here is Zane Baker. That ball rejected, and Collinsville is going to have a corner kick here. What do you know? Zach Covey will trot in from midfield and take this corner kick. Covey sends it right in the middle, and a couple of bodies fall down, but the ball's still right out in the middle, and now we're going to have a whistle. And once again, seems like a lot of these whistles have been going against Collinsville here tonight. Ball sent out by the defense of Edwardsville and out of bounds. Spencer Pies will throw the ball back in. That ball was off of the head of Seth Goodman and then off of the back of Logan Whitehead. Collinsville will just send this ball out of bounds. Zach Covey will take care of that. And the throw-in will come from Kaufman for the Edwardsville Tigers. Parker Matthews, nope, that's 14, not number 4. Jacob Doyle comes back into the game for Edwardsville. Kenneth Bond heads off. Throw-in comes up the near side to Brosho. Brosho being battled there by Spencer Vlasic. Turnaround, ball up front, and just gets past Cooper Nolan, who is breaking right up the middle as that ball goes across the inline, and the Tigers will receive another corner kick. Corner kick coming from the far side corner. It's on the way. And it's left out front. Miracle sends it over. And then Jacob Doyle will send the ball out of bounds. Collinsville will get the ball back in their possession, albeit all the way over on the far side of the field. They'll have to move all the way upfield for a chance to score. Edwardsville headbutts that ball right back out of there. Actually, I think they called a foul, a little push from behind, right when that ball got back into play. So free kick coming up for the Kahawks, but it's going to be from a long ways away. Sent down the field. up the near sideline. Luke Liljegren, he's over there. He turns. He's trying to get rid of his defender, but the defender won that battle. Lady Kahawks won the first set of their matchup with Belleville West at the Belleville East Regionals. It was a close one, too, 25-23. So the Lady Kahawks need to win one more set, and then they can move on to Thursday's regional championship game. If that is the case, we'll have that one for you right here on KahawkSports.com. Ball sent in deep off of a head, and just a little bit wide. Boy, oh boy. That was golden opportunity there by Zane Baker. Just went wide. That was the best opportunity that Collinsville has had in this whole game. Ball at midfield. And right down below us, Spencer Pies will send it deep into the offensive zone, then off of the head of Elvis Campos, and Edwardsville will send it back up the middle. Ethan Wilhold sends it over to Campos. Campos on the far side sends it to Shibish. Shibish trying to push it up farther. Now we find Liljegren with it. Liljegren moves the ball, and a little push from behind, not called, but wasn't much of one anyway. And now Shibish back over to Liljegren. Liljegren moves the ball up. He gets pushed from behind. And Collinsville will have a free kick here from about 40 yards away. After Liljegren was pushed down by Bryce Glisson. Now Collinsville doesn't decide to take the free shot. They said they pass it and will take their chances elsewhere. But Edwardsville has a pretty good defensive line out there, and they send the ball out. Here's Elvis Campos. He'll send it over, and then Zane Baker will send it back to Spencer Pies. Spencer Vlasic sends the ball all the way up on a slow roller that White will just pick up, and then he'll roll it back out for the restart here with 3:50 left to play in this first half. No score between Collinsville and Edwardsville. Tigers with the ball. And they'll bring it up through midfield, trying to work it into their offensive zone. Spencer Pies rejects that and sends it back into the offense. And now we have a little push from behind called against Edwardsville. Let's think Pace Design and Construction in Maryville, where they're building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor that you can trust. They provide the highest quality. They are dedicated to their customers and are committed to keeping their project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Call 618-407-5466 or online at pacedesignconstruct.com. 2:45 left to play here in this first half. No score between Collinsville and Edwardsville. Each team has had some chances. Edwardsville's chances came early. Collinsville's had some chances here late. But everybody's still looking for that first one. Defense for the Tigers. Try to bring it up. Here is Lieberman. Lieberman sends it up into the offensive zone. Collinsville is there to reject that. All kinds of white jerseys back there with the purple numbers on them. Here is Zach Covey. He'll send it back into the offensive zone, and that ball will head all the way over to the corner. Luke Liljegren trying to chase it down before it goes out of bounds, and that ball is dangerously close to going over that in line, and that's taken care of by one of the Tigers defenders as he sends that ball over to the other concession stand. Spencer Pies will throw it in from over there, almost from the corner. Now he'll just throw it up the line to Trey Shibish. Shibish will then send it toward goal where it's pushed out by Edwardsville. And that ball goes in front of the Tigers bench and into the Tigers bench. 90 seconds left to play here in this first half. No score, Collinsville and Edwardsville. Lady Kahawks have won their first volleyball game, 25-23. They are probably in the middle of playing their second set right now up at Belleville East High School. Ball ends up out of bounds again. Collinsville will throw it in up the sideline, and a whistle against Edwardsville as we are under a minute to go here in this first half. Ball comes back in, and here is Spencer Pies. Pies will pop one down just in front of the box area, and Edwardsville will send it right back out. Dalen Frecker trying to chase it down and get it away from A.J. Sullivan. Sullivan stays with it. Brings it on up. Gives it to teammate Kaufman. Kaufman will now send it back to his defense. Defense will then send it on up. And here is Kaufman. Oh, Spencer Pies with a... Oh. I don't even understand what that call was. Spencer Pies stuck his leg out, got ball. Really nothing but ball. $11 seconds is what they want. Referee says put 11 seconds back on the clock. We'll listen. Free kick coming here from about 45 yards away. And dangerously in front. Collinsville avoids that one, and then Luke Liljegren will send it out across the sideline over on the far side, and that'll do it for the first half of play. No score between Collinsville and Edwardsville. We do have a Cafe Agape halftime show, but there's just not a lot going on. We already told you what's going on with the game that's already in the books in the other sectional semifinal and what the girls are doing up at Belleville East, but we'll roll on anyway. Cafe Agape, a great place to order some fantastic food. Nachos on Mondays. Today was Burger Day, Burgernator Day they call it. And then a bunch of other good food available Monday through Friday. They can cater, they can deliver, and it's all really good. Cafe Agape, 345 Cafe, that's 345-2233. So we will peruse the internets and see what we can find, and we'll go from there and see if we can share any information to you when we come back. No score between Collinsville and Edwardsville after one half of play. Back in a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Agape in Collinsville. Cafe Agape serves up delicious sandwiches, burgers, steaks, pulled pork, and the Collinsville favorite, the steak and onion sandwich. Cafe Agape has weekly lunch and dinner specials with pork steak Wednesdays, meatloaf Thursdays, and fish every Friday. Cafe Agape also offers catering service, and you can get Cafe Agape delivered now through the To-Go delivery app. Cafe Agape is open Monday through Friday from 11 to 7, and they're located at 703 St. Louis Road in Collinsville, or call 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs, sauces, and they donate 25 cents of each unit sold to first responder and military organizations that focus on providing aid to the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop on by, see the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future. To create your inheritance. To build your vision. To anticipate the known and unknown. And to find potential in both. And build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Agape in Collinsville. Cafe Agape serves up delicious sandwiches, burgers, steaks, pulled pork, and the Collinsville favorite, the steak and onion sandwich. Cafe Agape has weekly lunch and dinner specials with pork steak Wednesdays, meatloaf Thursdays, and fish every Friday. Cafe Agape also offers catering service, and you can get Cafe Agape delivered now through the to-go delivery app. Cafe Agape is open Monday through Friday from 11 to 7, and they're located at 703 St. Louis Road in Collinsville, or call 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233.
And we welcome you back into the Cafe Agape halftime show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Here we are scoreless after one half of play in this Class 3A sectional semifinal matchup between Collinsville and Edwardsville. The winner of this game will take on Normal Community High School after Normal won 1-0 over Manuka at a game played at Normal Community High School. That is the second Collinsville sectional semifinal, but they just played it up there so they wouldn't have to drive back all these miles. Okay, so you have that. Other Collinsville news. Kahawks won their first set against the Belleville West Maroons, 25-23, and in the second set, Collinsville is now up 18-9. So it looks like the Kahawks are well on their way to moving on to regional championship action against O'Fallon. O'Fallon beat Belleville East earlier, so they're already in the regional championship game. Collinsville trying to join them. Elsewhere, the Triad Sectional is taking place in Class 2A. One game already in the books as Columbia defeated Marion 2-0. And the second game going on right now has Jabot with a 1-0 lead over Carbondale at halftime. And in Class 1A Super Sectional action, Quincy Notre Dame is handling Althoff by a score of 2-0. And they're just underway in Game 1 of the World Series at Boston between the Red Sox and the Dodgers. So consider yourself now up to date. We'll be back with the second half action in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Agape in Collinsville. Cafe Agape serves up delicious sandwiches, burgers, steaks, pulled pork, and the Collinsville favorite, the steak and onion sandwich. Cafe Agape has weekly lunch and dinner specials with pork steak Wednesdays, meatloaf Thursdays, and fish every Friday. Cafe Agape also offers catering service, and you can get Cafe Agape delivered now through the to-go delivery app. Cafe Agape is open Monday through Friday from 11 to 7, and they're located at 703 St. Louis Road in Collinsville, or call 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233.
Hi, I'm Colton Pareko. I want to thank the team at RE/MAX Alliance for helping me find my first home. It couldn't have been any easier. If you're in the game for a new home, contact my friends at RE/MAX Alliance.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Back here at Collinsville High School, Todd Duke and Zach Roseman on the camera for you tonight. We are scoreless after one half of play. We are just about ready to begin the second half of action here. Let's thank another one of our sponsors. How about Metro East Roofing and Guttering? Metro East Roofing and Guttering is locally owned and operated since 1987 by brothers and Kahok alums, Tony and Corey Jones. Metro East Roofing and Guttering can help with your roofing, guttering, and siding needs. They're located at 1231 Lebanon Road in Collinsville. Metro East Roofing and Guttering is the hometown company you know and trust. Give them a call at 618-345-5679 today for your free estimate, and visit their Facebook page at Metro East Roofing and Guttering. We switch ends of the field. Collinsville will be defending the goal to your right. Edwardsville will be doing the same thing to the goal on the left. Kahawks will get control of the ball here first in this second half. As Ethan Wilhold is in the middle, ready to go. And we're underway in half number 2. Collinsville sends the ball down deep right off the bat. And on a big one bounce, Andrew Wyke comes out and takes care of it. Edwardsville sends the ball back, and Collinsville trying to return the favor. That ball popped in, though, behind the Collinsville defense. Over there on the far side, Spencer Vlasic. That ball gets sent right into the end of the Edwardsville bench, and the Tigers will throw the ball in quickly to A.J. Sullivan. Sullivan sends it into the middle of the field for Brosho. Back to Sullivan. Now onto this side for Kenneth Bond. Bond moves the ball up to his teammate, and back out toward the middle of the field we go once again for Sullivan. Sullivan again finds Brosho. Brosho cuts it up the middle, splits the defense, gets it past, and then Zach Covey gets it out of there as the Edwardsville Tigers continued their push, but Collinsville pops the ball up at midfield off of one of the Edwardsville players' heads and then off of the head of Logan Whitehead. Boy, I said head 3 times in a row there. As Edwardsville brings the ball up, far side sideline. Just underway here in the second half. Tigers trying to make their push here early on, and a foul against the Edwardsville Tigers will give the ball back to Collinsville. They'll get a free kick from about 120 yards away. Just underway here in the second half. 38.5 minutes to go. I would imagine they're just about ready to wrap things up over at Belleville East, as your Lady Kahawks look to advance to the regional championship game Thursday night against O'Fallon in the World of High School Girls Volleyball. We are already in the sectional phase here in Class 3A boys soccer. Collinsville, regional champions of their own regional. Edwardsville, regional champions of the O'Fallon regional. They took care of O'Fallon 3-1 on Friday night, while Collinsville took over Quincy 3-0 here on Saturday afternoon. Call against Collinsville. So a free kick coming here for Edwardsville from the midfield circle. Edwardsville waiting to get some players in spots. Caden Lieberman will send the ball downfield. Collinsville trying to come away with it, and they do on a kick by Spencer Vlasic up to Logan Whitehead, and a loose ball trying to be tracked down by Zane Baker, and now Logan Whitehead gets in on it, and Edwardsville will just send the ball here to the sideline to relieve the pressure. And Collinsville will have a throw-in from here. Spencer Pye is ready to throw it in. Pies launches it right toward the middle of the goal, off of a head, and then back out this way, and then off of the head of Kenneth Bond. Collinsville will have another throw in, and yes, it will be Spencer Pies to take it again. Pies gets a running start, tosses it. This one's far out on the other side. There's not even any wind to help him out there. That ball went a long distance. Edwardsville, though, comes away with it, sends the ball up. Here is Ethan Wilhold. He'll just send the ball out of bounds, and the Edwardsville Tigers will have a throw-in restart, and they do that immediately. Here is Ethan Miracle. Miracle from the right wing, cuts it up the middle, and then looks for some help. He can't find it, and there's a picked-off pass taken by Zach Covey. Covey sends the ball up over on the far side. Now Logan Whitehead trying to chase it down over there. Can't do it, so Edwardsville takes over and brings the ball back down with a little punch shot all the way down here to midfield and beyond. Here is Cooper Nolan. Nolan breaks in over on the right side, and then he and one of the Collinsville players kind of get their feet tangled up. I'm really not sure if that should be called a penalty shot. Are they really going to do that? Are they really going to do that? Wow. Those two just got their feet tangled up. That's all that happened. No one pushed anyone down. Lady Kahawks win their second match 25-21. So congratulations to the Lady Kahawk volleyball team as they advance to the regional championship game. Yep, we're going to have a penalty kick. That is horrible. That's a horrible call. The referee in the corner made that call. He was the one who flipped up his flag and blew, or caused the main referee to blow his whistle. Clock is stopped. 32:26 left to play. Referee is off talking over on the sideline. I guess Collinsville's waiting to get another player back in. And it looks as if A.J. Sullivan is going to take this penalty shot. Sullivan has 6 goals on the year. Looking for number 7 right here. Tate Wyatt looking to stop it. Big moment here in this game. Sullivan, whistle. Here's the kick. Oh, and it's in. Yep, I agree. Well, now the Kahawks have their work cut out for them. Tigers lead 1-0 on a penalty kick. I don't have any idea why it was called a penalty kick. 2 players chasing a ball down. They get their feet tangled up and they go down. No malice there at all. Back underway. Of course, Tiger fans happy, Kahok fans not so much. Collinsville will have 35 minutes to come back and get the tying tally. So they have their work cut out for them, do the Kahawks. And meanwhile, here comes Edwardsville trying for another opportunity. Blocked out of there by Tate Wyatt. And then off of the head of Trey Simpson as Edwardsville tries to continue to be dangerous in their offensive portion of the field. Here is A.J. Sullivan, who just scored that goal. And now we have another timeout while we have injuries to deal with for Collinsville. I believe that is Trey Simpson trying to limp his way around and walk off that injury. There was another injured Kahok too. I believe it was Ethan Wilhold. But he's okay. They're really paying attention to Trey Simpson here. Simpson, something wrong with the right leg. That's the one that he is favoring as he meets Coach Lugie and Amanda Boyer. Right at midfield before he will head on to the bench. Thursday at 6 p.m. is when the Lady Kahawks will play O'Fallon in the regional championship game of the 4A Belleville East Regional. We'll have that game for you. We'll be on the air around 5:40 for that one. And we're back. And here is Logan Whitehead at midfield. He'll just pop it up into the offensive zone, even though no one's back there to give it a chase down for Collinsville. Dalen Frecker was the only one there, but he got there well after that ball was struck. Edwardsville takes over. They bring it upfield. Blocked out there by Spencer Vlasic. And then sent up Edwardsville's way. Collinsville picked off that crossing pass. That was just intended to be a pass across the field. And here is Frecker, who will be the recipient of a foul against Edwardsville. And Collinsville will free kick that ball all the way down into the offensive box, trying to get himself some separation is Zane Baker. Baker over on the left wing, trying to turn it around. He does so just past Frecker. And now onto the feet of Shibish, who gets it up to Frecker, who gives it back to Shibish, who gives it over onto this side now for Baker. Baker back over to Camden Fry. Got the numbers backwards there, and Fry had that ball go off of his foot. And out of bounds. Not off of Fry. It was going to be off of Edwardsville, so Spencer Pies will have a throw in here. Elvis Campos checks back into the game. Pies, his throw in is super deep, and it takes it kind of just stops there. And then Collinsville is the last one to touch it as it goes over the end line. 32:45 left to play here in this second half. Collinsville trailing 1-0 after a penalty kick was called, after two players got their feet tangled up, and both players went down, but somehow or another that was called a foul, and Collinsville got a roll into that deal, and Edwardsville got a penalty kick. Now we're going to have another foul called against Collinsville. Man, oh man. Hard enough to play this game, let alone have to fight the whistles every step of the way. Edwardsville will have another free kick, and again, it's going to be A.J. Sullivan. Sullivan ready to send it. He does so. Collinsville sends it out, but it comes down for Edwardsville onto the feet of Brosho, and his kick is just a little bit too high. Collinsville dodges a bullet there. And it looks like maybe Tate Wyatt got ran into on that goal, and of course the Kahok fans want a foul called. Tate Wyatt very upset. Wyatt sets the ball down, and he'll send it back out. Out to midfield. Luke Liljegren uses his head, gets it onto the feet of Logan Whitehead. Whitehead trying to battle off a defender. A.J. Sullivan wanted a foul called, but that didn't happen. Referee was standing right there. Now over on the far side, it is Zane Baker. Baker sends the ball up, little chip shot by Fry, trying to find the open man on the far side, but that didn't happen. Ends up going out of bounds off of one of the Edwardsville players, so Collinsville will have a throw-in from right in front of their bench. Camden Fry trying to chase it down. He can't, but the ball comes loose, and then another foul called against Collinsville. Lopsided whistle night here at Kahok Stadium. Edwardsville trying to work on that clock now, but there's still a lot of time left. 30 minutes exactly here to go in this second half as that ball ends up going off of a body that belonged to one of the Kahawks across the end line. So a corner kick coming up here for Edwardsville. You know, some of these players for Edwardsville that are seniors have been here for the back-to-back knockout punches thrown by the Kahawks over the last 2 years. Corner kick on the way, and out the other side it comes. And across the end line. This time touched by an Edwardsville player, so Collinsville will have a goal kick restart. Let's thank the city of Collinsville. You can check out the City of Collinsville's Facebook page for information on upcoming events in the city. They have their Halloween walk taking place this Saturday from 10 to 3. My grandkids are going to be in town dressed in their costumes, and they will be hanging out. Uptown, Chili Walk, Halloween Walk. If you'd like information on that event or you'd like to find out the next event coming up for the City of Collinsville, I invite you to go to the City of Collinsville's Facebook page. And as always, the City of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District, and they wish all district athletes good luck this sports season. Here is Collinsville. There's a trip. And everybody's shouting for a card, not going to give one to Josh Reed as he tripped up Logan Whitehead. So Collinsville will have a free kick here. It'll be from about 25 yards out, and it'll be off the near side post here. Trey Shibish is going to take this shot. Either that or he's going to pass it to Liljegren. No, Liljegren's going to move now. Shibish on the way, gets it over on the other side and headbutted out of there by Edwardsville. Then a couple of bodies run into each other in front. No whistle on that play. And now we have a little bit of a break, but Collinsville caught a little bit of a break there as that ball ricocheted off of an ankle and right to Elvis Campos. Here is Camden Fry. Fry trying to wrestle the ball away from Edwardsville. Not going to do so. Edwardsville sends it down and out of bounds. Collinsville will throw it back in. Donovan Scott Gass will take care of this one. Referee says all the way down there, please. Ball comes in. Collinsville takes over. A couple of nice moves there by Trey Shibish, but he then sends it right off of the body of Brosho, and Brosho didn't skip a beat. Here is Luke Liljegren. Liljegren trying to get the ball up, and that ball ends up out of bounds off of an Edwardsville player, so Collinsville throws it in. Here is Camden Fry, almost stepped on that ball. Now Campos will pop the ball back down deeper into the offensive zone. Logan Whitehead trying to chase it down over there, and that ball goes across the end line, and it's going to be no. Thought it was going to be off of an Edwardsville player. Instead, it goes the other way. .26-40 left to play here in this second half. Collinsville trailing 1-0 off of a penalty kick by A.J. Sullivan at the 44-34 mark. And Andrew White ready to send it back in after the substitution as Jacob Doyle comes in for Edwardsville. He'll take the place of Josh Reed. Here is Ethan Wilhold. Nice steal. He'll send it up over on the far side sideline, and Collinsville's Trey Shibish trying to work himself around a defender. Does so. Nice pass. Wilhold going over there on the far side to try to keep it in. He does so at the corner. Puts one in. Oh, that one just went over the head of Wyke. He thought it was going to turn and head into that corner, and that one goes out of bounds off of the Edwardsville player. And the throw-in comes immediately in to Luke Liljegren. And then Liljegren taken down inside the penalty box, but the call's going the other way. Man, oh man. The referee from somewhere else now, Luke Liljegren, is going to end up getting a yellow card if he doesn't leave the referee alone, and he does. Liljegren gets a yellow card, and he'll have to go off. Unless they gave that card to Logan Whitehead, as Liljegren's walking up here to midfield. And Logan Whitehead is coming off, so it must have been against Logan Whitehead. Get kind of frustrated after a while after the referee takes this game out of your hands. Whistles have gone all night long on the side of the Edwardsville Tigers. Oh, well, the clock stopped? Okay, good. No. I didn't realize that we were stopped. I don't know. This game has been all kinds of lopsided in the whistle department, that's for sure. Now the far side line judge referee over there is getting an earful from the entire coaching staff of the Collinsville Kahawks. The main referee walked over there and said something and then walked away. I guess he didn't want any part of that. Here is Campos trying to get the ball away. Edwardsville has the 1-0 lead, and they are trying to protect that lead, and now we're going to have another whistle. This one's actually going to go against Edwardsville. Zach Covey will take this kick from midfield. It'll be off of the head of Bond, and then out of bounds. Ball will stay with Collinsville, and the Kahawks will have a throw-in. They'll have a free kick. Free kick from about 30 yards away, offset to the right-hand shoulder of Andrew Wyke, the goalkeeper for Edwardsville. He's directing traffic. Ball on the way from Trey Shibish. It is high, and Andrew Wyke jumps up and catches that one before it can end up behind him. Elvis Campos sends it back up into the offensive zone. Collinsville trying to keep it there, but there's Shibish, who jumped a little bit too early and ran right into the back of one of the Edwardsville players. "24 minutes left here in the second half. Collinsville trailing 1-0. Edwardsville puts the ball back in play with a kick all the way over onto the far side. Chipped up even farther into the offensive zone here for the Tigers. And now all the way on the far side sideline, a shot taken toward the goal, and it goes over the head of everyone and comes onto the feet of Luke Liljegren. Liljegren moves the ball up the sideline to Fry. Fry trying to get a little burst of speed there and get past Brosho, and then another whistle is going to go against Collinsville. Another free kick coming here for A.J. Sullivan. Sullivan has the game's only goal on a penalty kick. He'll send that one over past the far side and off of the head of Wilhold, and then onto the foot of Spencer Pies. And Pies will send that one up, but it'll be out of bounds as it bounces over the Edwardsville bench. Let's thank the Collinsville Education Association. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website. That would be collinsvillecea.org. Edwardsville trying to remain dangerous once again. Kahawks come away with it. Here is Luke Liljegren. Liljegren pushes the ball up off of the head of Logan Whitehead, and then Logan Whitehead gets the ball right back. Puts on a couple of nice moves, trying to get around the defense and gets a hand to the face. No call, and now bodies fly down in the corner. And we are going to have a yellow card issued against Kenneth Bond. Things are getting a little testy down here. Just outside the box, of course, so no penalty kick. It'll be a free kick from about 8 yards in front of where they normally take the corner kick. Kind of a strange angle. And once again, it'll be Trey Shibish who will take this. Collinsville trying to find a way to get a goal scored. 22:03. Clock is stopped. Referee gets everybody set where he wants them to be. Shibish ready to go. We are ready. And now we're not. Okay. We'll have to do this all over again. Shibish kick, take two. Now we're ready to go. He pops it up, far side. It's in! Logan Whitehead. That's the way to tie it up. Yep. Logan Whitehead scores his 16th goal of the year. Well, I told him it could have been. I saw 11 and 14, but they were high-fiving Logan, so I don't know. At any rate, we're tied. That's the most important thing. We'll give credit to the goal scorer later. 21:59 left to play. Donovan Scott Gass. Donovan Scott Gass with the goal for Collinsville. And we are tied at 1 for Donovan. That is his 4th goal scored on the year. And now once again we have a game, so we can kind of forget about that penalty kick that really should have never been called. As now Edwardsville will get the ball back. Some work there by Collinsville to pick up that one and only goal so far. Here is Sullivan, who has the penalty kick goal. He moves the ball up, and Collinsville's Elvis Campos picks it off of his foot and sends it sky high at midfield, far side sideline. That ball ends up going into the Edwardsville bench, so Collinsville will get the ball back with 21 minutes left to play here in this second half. 1-1 contest. We have a brand new game. And the clock has stopped again, and I don't know why. I guess we got to get somebody has to get some tape up around their knee. Okay. Still not really sure why play has stopped here. Collinsville ready to throw the ball back in. Now we're back underway. Far side sideline, Collinsville sends it in. Over on the far side, trying to chase it down and put on a centering pass, and now we're going to have a takedown over there in the corner, but no call on that play. Ball ends up going across the line, and it'll be a goal kick restart here for Andrew Wyke and the Edwardsville Tigers. Yeah, when there's a bunch of people around that far side post over there, I can't tell whose body it goes in off of. I look for the guy who gets the high fives, and Logan Whitehead came out of that scrum with all kinds of slaps on the back and high fives, but then again, so did Donovan Scott Gass. Here is Logan Whitehead. Whitehead sends it up into the box, and it is, oh, what a save. Luke Liljegren trying to come in and take the ball away, and boy, White got a hand on that one and clamped down, didn't let it go. I have not seen this many clock stoppages in a soccer game in my life. Yellow card coming up against Edwardsville. Second one in a row. Bond is back out there after the referee issued a yellow card to him just a little while ago. Dalen Frecker is now into the game for the Kahawks. Red yellow card issued for both teams. I guess Liljegren was the other one, as both the yellow card recipients are standing right at midfield on the far side sideline. Kurt Wright comes in to take the place of the yellow card recipient for Edwardsville. Not sure who that was. He never would turn his back toward me so I could see his number. So he's standing over there on the far side sideline along with Luke Liljegren. And Dalen Frecker into the game now for Collinsville. Halfway through this second half, and there's been more stops in this game than there is along a Metro bus route from here to Creve Coeur. Not a clue. Now we're ready to go. Back to action. Here is Frecker, as that ball gets away from him and ends up going out of bounds. Last touch by Edwardsville, and Josh Reed throws his hands up like, what, are you kidding me, man? Collinsville will get to throw this ball back in, as Luke Liljegren will come back onto the game. Frecker will go off. That's all they needed was a stoppage in play, and the guilty party for Edwardsville was Caden Lieberman. So Lieberman and Luke Liljegren back into the game. Here's a chance for Collinsville as the ball gets away from Edwardsville and then gets pushed off of that ball, does Logan Whitehead. Collinsville trying to get it right back. They do so. Send it back to the defense and Trey Shibish. Shibish, he'll move the ball up, trying to get it in front of the box. It comes down, and here is Camden Fry. Fry over on the near side sideline, trying to get it up to Liljegren. That ball was rejected, never did make it to Collinsville's number 7. Here comes Ethan Miracle. Miracle cuts across the middle. That was a nice play there by Zane Baker for Collinsville to steal that ball. Now here is Logan Whitehead with it. Whitehead will send it in the box, but he'll send it in offside. That was going to be called offside anyway. Andrew White came out and picked up that ball and sends it back out and avoids the whistle. 18.5 minutes to go here in this second half. 1-1 score between Collinsville and Edwardsville. Class 3A sectional semifinal action. Winner will move on to take on Normal Community here Friday night at 6:30. Here is Luke Liljegren over on the far side sideline. He'll send the ball out toward the middle. Logan Whitehead comes in, and then no call on that one as he got kind of shoved from behind. Collinsville putting on more pressure now here in the middle of this second half, and they have pretty much all game. And they're doing it at the right time. At the time, they were trailing 1-0. Now we are tied at 1. That ball comes up, out of bounds, and Donovan Scott Gass ready to throw the ball back in, but the referee blows the whistle and says, hold on for a second, as we have player substitutions. Camden Fry goes off. Trey Simpson comes in. Throw in from Donovan Scott Gass, the goal scorer for Collinsville. Comes in, and then Edwardsville sends it back down into their offensive zone. Off of the head of Trey Simpson. Zach Covey. Simpson coming in from behind, trying to chase that ball down. Instead, Edwardsville gets it back. Here is Bryce Brosho. Brosho sends it on back to Sullivan. Sullivan to Bond. Bond over to Sullivan at midfield. Trey Simpson trying to chase it down. He was not successful, and Edwardsville comes away with the ball. Now with it is Glisson. Glisson at midfield will send it over to the far side. 16:45 left to play here in this second half. Edwardsville to Bond. Bond sends it up, and trying to chase it down is going to be Zane Baker, and Bond is going to get whistled for a foul, and Collinsville will get a free kick, albeit from about 90 yards away or so, 100 yards. Well, if you're looking to buy a new home or sell your current one, you can trust the Blaylock team of RE/MAX Alliance with all of your real estate needs. And if you buy or sell with the Blaylocks, they will donate $200 to your favorite Kahok Booster Club. Call Peyton or Emily Blaylock today. Their number is 780-4622, or visit them at www.blaylockteam.com. Ball comes out toward midfield. Trey Simpson trying to chase it down. He's being held, yeah. They're going to call that one against Simpson. Oh, man, I tell you what, Bryce Brosho was just kind of holding on to the arm of Simpson. Then he got a hold of his jersey, and Simpson is the one who's called for the foul. Kind of the way it's been here tonight. Collinsville has found a way to stay with it and scored the tying goal. We are knotted at 1. 15 and a half minutes to play here in this second half. Collinsville comes away with another steal. They move the ball up to Zane Baker. Baker trying to get it out of the defense. He does so, trying to flip a pass up to Logan Whitehead. Edwardsville picks that one off, and Tate Wyatt will come out and take care of that ball before the Edwardsville forward can get there. 15 minutes left to play. Second half. Tate Wyatt pops the ball out to midfield. Edwardsville lets it get by them, and Logan Whitehead chips it off his ankle to Luke Liljegren. Liljegren trying to come in, and the goalkeeper, Andrew White, comes out and takes care of Liljegren. Then the ball goes over the end line, and they're going to say that it's a goal kick restart instead of a corner kick. Andrew White sets the ball down. He's ready to send it back into play.
Substitution number 19, Camden Fry.
Camden Fry checks back into the game for Collinsville. Here are the Kahawks with the ball at midfield, and no whistle on that play, as one of the Kahawks went down, but Collinsville gets the ball right back. Here we go. Far side sideline. Collinsville brings it into the offensive zone. Nice move by Zane Baker. Baker on the right wing, trying to keep it across the end line, but he couldn't do so. As that ball goes out of bounds, it'll be another goal start kick here for the Edwardsville Tigers. Andrew White ready to send it back out to midfield. He does so. Off of the head of Fry onto the feet of Logan Whitehead. He'll just pop it into the box. Luke Liljegren giving it a chase, but White gets there before Collinsville's number 7 does. And Andrew White will send it out once again to midfield. Wilhold trying to chase it down. He's being bothered over there by Cooper Nolan, but Collinsville comes away with it. They send it up into the box, and White comes out and makes another pickup of the ball before anybody from Collinsville could put on any pressure. Ball sent back out to midfield once again. 12:45 left to play here in this second half. as that ball ends up going out of bounds. Bond will throw it in here for Edwardsville, right down onto the feet of A.J. Sullivan. Sullivan sends it up the sideline, and then the ball comes right back toward him, but taken there by Ethan Miracle. And then Bryce Brosho over on the far side gets it right back at midfield, sends it back up to Miracle. Miracle trying to play a little give and go, but the go came right back onto the feet of Glisson. And now Edwardsville trying to score, and now we're going to have another stoppage in play. And it's going to go against Collinsville, and we're going to have a yellow card issue against Spencer Pies. Player still down for Edwardsville. Now he gets back up. And that player was Cooper Nolan. And Cooper Nolan will go off onto the field under his own power. And a free kick coming up here for the Edwardsville Tigers from about 25 yards out. Dalen Frecker will come in. To take the place of Spencer Pies. Free kick coming from about 25 yards away for Edwardsville. A little offset right to the right side of Tate Wyatt. Ball on the way and right into the breadbasket of the Collinsville senior goalkeeper. So Wyatt ready to send it back down. He does so all the way past midfield. Collinsville trying to settle it down and move the ball forward into the offensive zone. They will do so on a little punch kick by Trey Shibish. That is kicked right back out by Edwardsville. Tigers try to bring it back up for some offense. Over on the far sideline, that ball is going to go right into the Edwardsville bench. 11.5 minutes left to go. Collinsville will get the ball back as Spencer Pies comes back in to take the place of Dalen Frecker after Pies receives a yellow card. Now he comes in for the throw-in. Sends it deep off the chest of Logan Whitehead. And then it bounces so far that it goes right to an Edwardsville player. Now back out toward midfield. Logan Whitehead trying to slow it down. He does so. A little punch up over on the far side wing now for Luke Liljegren. Liljegren will send the ball in toward goal, and it's sent back out by Josh Reed, and then deeper out toward midfield. But Collinsville will still maintain possession of the ball as Spencer Pies will throw this one in from the end of his bench. Off of the head of Logan Whitehead, and then Luke Liljegren was taken down inside the box, but no call. Liljegren was just going for the ball. Andrew Wyke ready to send it back out once again. This is a nice crowd here. I've seen smaller crowds at football games. Edwardsville trying to get the ball out of the offensive zone. That ball ends up out of bounds, and Collinsville will have a throw-in from just underneath our location, and it comes in. Luke Liljegren will send it back to Trey Simpson. Simpson will then send it back to his defense, Zach Covey. Covey sends it over on the far side for Ethan Wilhold. 9:40 left to play here in this second half. We are tied 1-1. Edwardsville has that ball go out of bounds. And with 9:20 left, we'll have another throw-in restart from the far side of the field for Spencer Pies as soon as they collect that ball. Pies throws the ball back in off of Zane Baker, and then Edwardsville takes over and sends the ball upfield. Over on the left wing, a shot, and that one I think Tate Wyatt got a piece of, which caused that ball to go wide just past the near side post, and the Edwardsville Tigers will have themselves a corner kick here with 8:40 left to play here in this second half. A.J. Sullivan ready to go again. There it is. It stays low, and then that's popped way out of bounds by Edwardsville. Notre Dame defeated Altoff Catholic 3-0. Oh, now players run into each other. What, again? How come our guys take the brunt of all these hits, but it's against us? Wilhold, he went down, but he gets right back up, and Collinsville will try to work this ball back upfield. Zane Baker couldn't quite handle it, so there is Trey Simpson trying to get that ball back. Are you kidding me? The guy just fell down. Bryce Glisson falls down, and they blow a whistle against Trey Simpson. Boy, I tell you what, I have never seen such a lopsided whistle fest in my life as this one has been. 7:15 left to play here in the second half. Sullivan just pops that one up in front of the penalty box area, then off of the head of Camden Fry back to Sullivan. I suppose you're going to call that one against him too. Come on, man. What, are you going to call a foul against everybody whenever an Edwardsville player falls down? It's getting ridiculous. Sullivan with another free kick after he fell down. But the referee decided to blow a whistle against Collinsville. Here's a rocket shot that ends up going over the net. And that was a little too close for comfort. As Tate Wyatt will send this ball back out. Collinsville needs to start getting the recipient of some of those whistles. Need to go their way. Wyatt sends it out. Comes down at midfield. Off of the head of Camden Fry. And then back to Trey Shibish, who gets it in the box, and White has to come out before Zane Baker could get there. White sends it back out again. At midfield, popped up in the air off of the head of Ethan Wilhold. It comes down, and Collinsville, nice job picking that ball off by Donovan Scott Gass, who has scored the only Collinsville goal. Now Donovan Scott Gass trying to chip it to Trey Shibish on the sideline, and now we're going to have a call against Edwardsville, and it'll give Collinsville a free kick right from midfield. Trey Shibish will take this one. Shibish sends it. Far side, has a little bend on it off of the backside of Donovan Scott Gass. And now it settles down over there on the far sideline for Luke Liljegren, who sends one toward the goal. And Andrew White comes out and makes the catch. 5 minutes to go here in this second half of a 1-1 game between Collinsville and Edwardsville. Well, how about that? The referee who called the penalty kick shot against us actually called a penalty against Cooper Nolan. Collinsville will have another free kick, but it's not anything like a penalty kick. This one's going to be about 70 yards away. Shibish sends it up, and Edwardsville sends it right back, but there's Ethan Wilhold to come up and pinch in from the defensive side of things. Now he takes a spill, and we're going to have a foul called against Edwardsville. They're trying to make up for all of them right now, aren't they? Seems like the referee's trying to make up for some of these other calls, and it's like 3 whistles in a row here against Edwardsville. So Collinsville will have another free kick. This one a little closer, 40 yards out. Trey Shibish ready to take it again. Now the defense going in to pinch in a little bit. That leaves just Pies and Elvis Campos back. Here is Shibish. He chops at it. Comes out front. Will hold. Backs it up. Elvis Campos keeps it alive. Oh, what are you? Over on the far side. Logan Whitehead was just standing over there with his hands raised. I'm wide open, hit me. That ball comes out over by the Collinsville bench, but somehow or another it stays in bounds. And now Edwardsville trying to break out with a little 2-on-3 penetration here. Will hold staying with the ball carrier all the way, and then off of the shins of Will hold, and Collinsville will send it back up for another try on offense. Here is Zane Baker over to Logan Whitehead. Whitehead sends it up toward the box, but Edwardsville blocks it out. Now out to midfield, it's Sullivan. Sullivan trying to put on some moves to get around Campos. He does so, and then a pass over on the far side to Brosho almost gets away from him. Now Edwardsville trying to move the ball up as we approach 3 minutes to play here in this second half. There's a shot and a save by Wyatt. The rebound comes out, and Zach Covey will send it out of bounds to relieve the pressure with 2:50 left to play here in this second half. Throw in coming from the far side sideline here for Edwardsville. It does up the far side sideline. Then chipped into the box area, and that one's a bouncer right to Tate Wyatt. Off of a header by Jacob Doyle. Now at midfield, Camden Fry trying to penetrate the offensive zone. He barely gets in before Edwardsville picks that ball back off, and they send it up, but Collinsville has the numbers back on the defensive side this time. Zach Covey sends it off the head of Camden Fry, off the chest, and then off the foot of Luke Liljegren. Over on the far side, Zane Baker has it, trying to center it to Liljegren. It gets by Liljegren and will be picked up or stopped by Wyke. And he'll just pick the ball up, and he'll be ready to send it back out for another goal kick restart with 1:40 left to play here in this second half. 1-1. We're headed to overtime unless someone can figure out a goal here in the next 90 seconds. Throw in coming in from Doyle. Doyle right at the feet of Ethan Miracle. And I guess we're going to have to do that one over again. Yep, we have a exchange going on as player exchange here for Edwardsville as the Tigers work the ball up. Here is Ethan Miracle. It's rejected by Will Hold again. Campos then sends it down toward the offensive zone, but it's met there by the Edwardsville defense. 1 minute to go here in this second half. Here is Logan Whitehead. He'll send it into the middle past Bond. Here is, Bond just takes the feet out from underneath Luke Liljegren. And what do you know? We got a whistle. Collinsville will have a free kick here. Oh, no, they're going to just throw it back in, and then it's going to go across the end line. I thought I could have swore that the referee was pointing down there for a free kick. Guess not. Guess it was just wishful thinking on my part. So Wyke will pick up the ball, and he'll set it down and send it back out as we are close to getting ready to head to overtime here. Wyke out to midfield off of Elvis Campos. Spencer Pye sends the ball sky high with 15 seconds left to go. Luke Liljegren had the ball go off his backside and come right down onto the foot of Shibish into the box area. Here is Zane Baker, and it's in! Zane Baker scores with 3.7 seconds left to go. And Collinsville is going to move on to the sectional championship game. Look at all of the Edwardsville Tigers sprawled out on the ground. They cannot believe it. Uh-oh, now we're going to have some fisticuffs, and that is not good. That is very uncool. Y'all need to get your players back and get them back now. Not cool whatsoever. Now you just need to go ahead and end the game. And I believe that's what they're going to do. They are going to go ahead and end this game. And now the Edwardsville players are getting into it with each other. Three years in a row, Collinsville has knocked out the Edwardsville Tigers. What an end to this game. 3.7 seconds left to go. And Collinsville's Zane Baker finds himself in the right spot at the right time. And the Kahawks have won this sectional semifinal by a score of 2-1 and will move on to take on Normal Community High School Friday night at 6 o'clock. Are they going to let them play this final 3.7 seconds? Well, it looks like they might. Wow. I thought they would just go ahead and take off the 3 seconds and say, you know what, there's really not enough time. I don't know. Stranger things may have happened in the world of soccer before. Zane Baker. I just heard on the radio that they want to get these officials out of here quick because there's going to be some angry fans here and some angry players. Referee, the main referee, is over there talking to the Collinsville Kahawks. Ethan Wilhold has his hands on his head. What could possibly have been said to make him put his hands on his head? Not really sure if anybody got issued red cards or yellow cards or anything like that. Yeah, got another game to play on Friday. So let's hope that none of these have resulted in red cards that would give Normal Community a reason to be happy. And the kick downfield ends up taking up all the time on the clock, so Collinsville does indeed win by a final score of 2-1. And indeed, the Collinsville Kahawks will be home to take on Normal Community High School Friday at 6 o'clock. We'll be on the air about 5:40 with the pregame show. We do have a volleyball game coming up Thursday at 6 o'clock. Another 5:40 pregame show for you. So back-to-back wins by the Kahawks tonight. The volleyball team did their thing first. Kahawk soccer team did their thing second. And we'll have games for you Thursday and Friday. Well, this has been a fun game. Let's transition ourselves into the Chiropractic Works post-game show. Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as they can live high-quality lives, all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville at 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville, or call 343-3602 or online, chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Post-game show comes your way next on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Chris McCluskey and I'm excited to be here talking to you about one of our favorite products that we offer to the practice members in our office. It's called Rico's Bioenergy Band. Now over the last 15 years that I've been in health and wellness, we've been blessed to grow one of the busiest pediatric and family wellness centers in the United States, where we've helped tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people. So today we're going to talk about Rico's Bioenergy Bands. It's a simple band that you wear around your wrist or your ankle. We even have dog bands. What the Bioenergy Band does, it helps you live a higher quality of life, which is exactly what my purpose in life is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible. So we're going to introduce to you Rico, the band, the science and technology. We're going to perform a test for y'all to show you how the product works.
I'm Rico with Rico's Bioenergy. I created Rico's Bioenergy wristbands. We've been around for around 7 years, and this company has grown to a $20 million company because we have a great product and it works.
All Pro Tees is your place for custom apparel for your school, business, sports team, and more. All Pro Tees offers a variety of services and options, and they'll walk you through that process step by step. They pride themselves in being a local Collinsville business, and they specialize in helping their clients promote and grow that business, all with custom apparel. All Pro Tees, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or call 344-2200. First National Bank of Waterloo. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo in O'Fallon for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, come see Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo. Call Bill at 618-632-1010 or visit him at 104 Regency Park in O'Fallon or online fnbwaterloo.com. That's my bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today, 618-344-2800, or on the Missouri side, 314-241-5253, or online, lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is a T3 certified tire center, and they can handle all of the basics, like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basic stuff like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations, Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook. Pack Mail, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail, 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville, online, weshipstlouis.com, or call 346-4884.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Chris McCluskey, and I'm excited to be here talking to you about one of our favorite products that we offer to the practice members in our office. It's called Rico's Bioenergy Band. Now, over the last 15 years that I've been in health and wellness, we've been blessed to grow one of the busiest pediatric and family wellness centers in the United States, where we've helped tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people. So today we're going to talk about Rico's Bioenergy Bands. It's a simple band that you wear around your wrist or your ankle. We even have dog bands. What the Bioenergy Band does, it helps you live a higher quality of life, which is exactly what my purpose in life is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible. So we're going to introduce to you Rico, the band, the science and technology. We're going to perform a test for y'all to show you how the product works.
I'm Rico with Rico's Bioenergy. I created Rico's Bioenergy wristbands. We've been around for around 7 years, and this company has grown to a $20 million company because we have a great product and it works.
And once again, we welcome you back to Kahok Stadium here in the Chiropractic Works post-game show. Collinsville wins tonight by a final score of 2-1 in a wild game that you would think is, you'd think if it was like 8-7, it would be wild. But this was one of the wildest 2-1 outcomes I think that I have ever witnessed. And joining us on the post-game show now is Matt Benway, one of the assistant coaches and the freshman coach for the Collinsville soccer program. Man, you've been watching soccer for a while. You're a coach of a team. I'm sure you've seen this stuff before, but that was weird and wild, wasn't it?
That was a very interesting ending to the game. That you don't see that very often, but occasionally you are granted with the gift of seeing that happen, whether it's for us or, thankfully, it's for us.
Yes.
But another team.
Well, let's go backwards in time a little bit, and let's talk about that penalty kick goal by A.J. Sullivan for Edwardsville. I didn't see a foul there at all.
We didn't either, but then again, it's all about angles when you're a referee. And what he saw may have been different than what everybody else saw. And, you can't let a referee determine the outcome of a game, which is what we told our boys. And so we told them after that goal just to come back and fight to the end. And
then it seemed like there was an inordinate amount of whistles that were going against us, even in the second half, way after that penalty kick. How do you keep the boys from getting frustrated during times like that?
That all comes from training. We train day in and day out. Every game that we ever play, the refs do not determine the decision. It's up to you boys. You have to come out here, and whatever team works the hardest is going to get a victory, and I think that's what we saw today.
All right, Donovan Scott Gass got the equalizer that tied it up and erased that penalty kick out of everyone's mind. Once that happened, I felt better about things because, number one, like I mentioned, you get rid of that sour taste in your mouth of a penalty kick that I didn't think should have been called in the first place. So now you're tied. You get to start all over again. And I thought after that point, you guys controlled the play after that.
Yeah, and I think that's the way it kind of goes. Looking back at Edwardsville versus O'Fallon, when they played, it was the exact same scenario. Edwardsville got a goal after O'Fallon was up 1-0, and then they got all the momentum and they just shifted the game completely. And I think that's what we saw again. And I think that's just the way everything goes. Is once you get that equalizing goal, all the momentum shifts for one team, and the momentum drops for another. And we took over.
You did just that. 3.7 seconds left. Zane Baker scores the game winner. What did that goal look like from your angle?
Oh, heaven. Looked like heaven. We saw Zane have an open opportunity, and I think every single person over on that bench was screaming to shoot the ball. And, Zane has the talent, and he put it away, and it was a glorious feeling to see it go into the back of the net.
Yeah, it took a while to get there, didn't it?
It did. At first we thought it didn't go in because we saw that defender slide across. But then we saw it hit the net, and we saw the net wiggle, and it was a beautiful feeling.
Yeah, almost like time stopped. All right, so at this point, what do you guys know about Normal Community?
Well, we know they're a very good team, especially based on last year and previous years. We've seen them. They're a very, very good team. We have been watching them a little bit, and they are a very, very good team. So.
All right, you guys have what's today? Tuesday? You got Wednesday and Thursday to practice, and
Wednesday and Thursday.
Back at it Friday. I'll be here. You going to be here?
I'll be here.
All right.
Always.
All right. Matt Benway, the freshman boys coach and the assistant on the varsity side of things. We thank him for his visit here on the Chiropractic Works pregame show. Again, final score, Collinsville wins it 2-1 in exciting fashion with 3.7 seconds left. Zane Baker scores the game winner, and Collinsville has dispatched Edwardsville for the third year in a row in the playoffs. So our schedule is set. We have tomorrow off, and then we're back at it Thursday. We have girls volleyball action for you. They won tonight, a 2-set victory over Belleville West, and for their efforts, they get to take on the mighty O'Fallon Lady Panthers in the Belleville East Regional Championship game. That'll be Thursday at 6 o'clock, so we'll be on the air at 5:40. We'll be on the air at 5:40 here Friday night as well, as the boys soccer team will take on Normal Community for the sectional championship crown. So we have a busy couple of days coming up for you, and a big thank you to all those involved, Coach Heiderscheid and Coach Lugie for joining us in the pregame show. A big thank you to my friend Zach Roseman for operating the camera, and to Matt Benway here for visiting us during the postgame show. My name is Todd Duke, and until Thursday night, everyone have a safe next couple of days.